Yo, thanks for the follow. I'll let the other me finish your shout out.
Oops, look at that. I forgot to unmute the desktop audio. Thank you for the follows to Luther Kov, Legend X217, Haas00312, and X Kernel. It is greatly appreciated. Welcome to the stream. We'll be starting soon. We are currently having some slight technical difficulties. However, hopefully they will be solved shortly. In the meantime, please enjoy some high quality Monster Cat Gold music. Feel free to talk in the chat. Your chat will pop up on stream. Please remember to be kind to each other, follow general terms of service, and, basic things that someone with a good head on their shoulders would be able to accomplish. Talk soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this 5th day of July, in the year 2050, I, Lady Gillespie, am proud to present to you Toothless Hawkins and his robot jazz band. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jazz. All right, hello everyone. Hello. Let's go ahead and lower this down a bit, shall we? My name is the Cruisinator, also known as Cruise Control on the internet. Most people call me Cruise, so please feel free to do that. I know my name is kind of long.
Yo, thanks for the follow. I'll let the other me finish your shadow.
Thank you very much for the follow, Dragonfly. Greatly appreciated. Today we are going to be streaming something a bit different for anyone who might be coming from my usual followers list. I've been offline for 4 or 5 months, something like that, but today we're doing a tournament. I believe the official terminology for this tournament or title will be Team Survival. This tournament is run mostly in part, but also in whole by FluXiServer community kind of situation. Flux himself is the lead. This is not directly related to his community Discord, also known as FluXiServer, I think. Forgive me for any incorrect statements because there's a lot of information here. But long story short, he has rejuvenated the Killing Floor 2 tournament style event, and today we'll be having the second match on my channel. I may be having other matches at other times. I do have at least one other one set up and ready to go on the... Actually, hold on. Let's see here. I just realized I should probably just set myself up like that and hopefully my fellow commentator will keep mum until I'm ready to introduce him. But yeah, let's see here. When is the next stream that I have personally? Let's find out. You can find out yourself by checking it out on the main part of my channel and looking at the schedule section, which I'm now making use of. So tomorrow, Sunday, pretty much same time, we'll have another stream going. The streams are expected to last about an hour, give or take. That's about it in that sense. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my co-commentator today, and then we'll get into more of the specifics about the actual tournament. I'm just trying to get some information out of the way in the front. I have tried to reset a lot of my stuff because it has been a while since I last streamed, but hopefully everything's good to go. If the music's too loud, if one of us is too quiet, if the bitrate is exploding or something, let me know. I have ways to fix most of these things. And yeah, that's about it. So hopefully we're all here to have a good time and watch something exciting go down. So let's go ahead and bring in my fellow commentator, ALovelyTsundere. Would you please say hi?
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. Hopefully, everybody came to the last match. And if not, there's another one available on the Flux server. But I'm glad to see you. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road.
For sure. We're already a bit behind here. Let's see here. I believe I just saw that they are ready to go in the in-game chat, which is fantastic. So let's see. Is there anything else we have to say? I guess we should just quickly go over what is about to happen for anyone who may not know what is going on. Long story short, there is some specific rules to this team survival tournament. The main goal is to finish the map with the fastest time possible, competing against the times that other team members or the teams are reaching. Both teams will compete. Team A gets 45 minutes, Team B gets 44 minutes and 32 seconds. As such, Team B will win. You also have a win state based off of whether or not you actually finish the map. So if you get further into a map, you will have a higher ranking. Deaths during your gameplay will add 30 seconds onto your timer. A total wipe will also add a bonus minute to the timer for an extra bit of damage. All perks will be available except for Survivalist. Only one perk will be allowed per player in a match, and you will not be able to change that once the match is started. Perk skills can only be changed once within a match. And in terms of weapons, the only ones that are banned are Incision, Hemoclamor, Health Thrower, and Frostfang. We have a couple of special mods that we'll showcase while we're playing so that we don't have to waste any more time at the beginning. And the bosses will be picked ahead of time, and so will the match maps. So that's pretty much the long and short of that. Right now we are having, if I remember correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, ALovelyTsundere. A little while ago we had Team 1, 6 Nucketeers playing, and now it's FluXiServer putting in their time, and they're both be playing on Outpost against King Fleshpound. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, well then there we go. I think we're all ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this music out for now. We'll come back to it if we need it. Don't know whether or not we're gonna have it there. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch the stream's visuals so that we are on the game. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a fair warning. All right, switching Do. Okay, switching over to the game. Also, let me unmute the game. That would be useful. We'd like to hear the weapons go bang bang. All right, bring this over. You'll see over here, this is the overlay, and we're just going to go ahead and let everything get started. Ready. Good to go. I will be trying to review the stream on other sections just to make sure everything's happening. But again, you, the viewers, will help me spot check anything that might be off. And here we go. Match is beginning. And we have absolutely no visuals because I haven't actually clicked into a player. I don't even know if my controller's on. How do I do this? There we go. Okay, so we're in. As you can see on the side, we have both ALovelyTsundere and myself, so you know who's talking. Hopefully that helps out. At the top, we have a timer. This timer is specific to the mod, which is currently being used. The timer is related to the actual in-game playtime, not the other time. So as you can see here, there's quite a distinction where Outpost says 4 minutes 44 seconds, while the timer says 38. The timer will also slow down if the game slows down due to Z time, so there'll be no penalization for making advanced use of commandos. Do we actually have any commandos here? I don't think we do.
No, there is none in the chat, which is very unusual, or none in the team, which is very unusual. That's usually an essential in these tournaments.
It is. It's going to be an interesting decision. They do have a medic, so I'm interested in seeing what their game plan is going to be, but we'll get into that a little bit later as I finish reviewing what we have on the screen. At the bottom, we have information showing who we're viewing, as well as the whole team, the kills, assists, their current dosh. I don't remember exactly what each of those bars are. Would you happen to know, ALovelyTsundere?
I think the bottom yellow bar is ammo, and the top is the armor, and the middle bar is their health.
That sounds about right. I don't really understand how the lower yellow bar functions visually, but hopefully we'll figure that out as time goes on. There's also some information that will be popping up in the console. However, I won't be opening that too often because, I mean, that's just kind of clutter the screen. I'll be using a controller to try and spectate so that hopefully it reduces any potential nausea for players or viewers. And I think that covers it on my part. So let's just go ahead and stick right into it as they approach the end of Wave 1 in 1 minute and 50 seconds. What are your thoughts on the team layout, composition, play style, anything?
Well, I already like their positioning, how it's different. Instead of the classic location of the trucks, they're mostly stayed inside the entire time, and now that they're all ready to go into the next round, basically. It's they're moving at a very good pace. For composition-wise, I would say it's pretty standard. Yeah, just surprised they don't have the commando. They just threw them for the support and demo, and seeing what their strategy is going to be in the future would be pretty interesting.
Money was being fed into the medic who's already purchased a hemoglobin, or goblin, whatever is the correct way to pronounce that. Also, you'll notice up at the top that trader time has been skipped, and they've saved 31 seconds overall. So yeah, this is interesting. You're right. They were staying inside, which I believe might have something to do with them wanting to maximize the spawn speed of the Zeds. By staying inside and keeping themselves in blind spots, it forces the spawns to come in faster. It is kind of a high-risk, high-reward situation, though. Obviously, it's the beginning of the wave, so it's probably not too bad. But just imagine being in here and then getting surrounded by a flesh pound in each exit. That could be problematic.
Bit of a problem, so here comes the Scrake already on the right side. See how they deal with this. Very nice, very nice.
Smooth, smooth, smooth. Let's see.
I do kind of like the optimization of how they're staying in like this. So
I'm going to try to position my camera somewhere where I don't have to have my hands on the screen for a moment, so I can go ahead and interact with Twitch here. I'm going to go ahead and start a prediction, if I can do this right. I'm going to say, let's see. What do you think a good prediction would be for this match? No one dies, a time, over, under, anything?
Ooh, I don't think anybody will die. I think since they're going for support and a demo, they might be trying to skip some rounds just to kind of get a good go-ahead above the team before them that played, which did not skip any rounds.
And when you say skipping around, you mean skipping purchasing from the trader, or?
Yes, exactly. I'm sorry if I didn't communicate that. But yes, just skipping a trade around. So that instead of just running through the trader, they can just go ahead and skip it immediately and save up all the ammo. Oh, there's, and that'll save them a whole bunch of time.
Well, I would say that, but since we're already 10 in, that's going to take a moment. We'll find out. If it doesn't happen now, I'll go ahead and ask that for the entirety of the match, and then we'll see who guesses right.
Someone's been in the wars.
See them definitely going to the trader, so this isn't going to be a total skip. So I'll go ahead and make that our prediction. Will we see a total trader skip this match? Question. Option 1. Yes. 2. No. And then we'll go ahead and make that submission period maybe a minute, 2 minutes, submission, based off of their current rate. We'll go ahead and start that prediction.
They're being very efficient with when they're going to the trader. They're there's like about 10 or 15 left. They're already like basically right next to the trader, so they're being on point with that.
Very, very, very. I think I need to adjust my screen a little here. I can't actually see what the votes are. There we go. The bitrate size was a bit too small. Or big. Alright, and the predictions are coming in. We got one. I've never used this before. I think I see one vote yes, one vote no, but the confidence in the amount of points being put down has gone on to yes, so we'll see where that goes. Read that later. Let's focus on what's happening. So, the medic, hemoglobin, as we mentioned. Let's see here. I see what I think was one cock and burn and maybe some Spitfires on the Firebug.
Yes, definitely. The dual Spitfire is personally one of my favorite weapons on the Firebug. Just really good damage and good burn. It's kind of a slow reload, but it's worth it for the extra range on the Firebug, which you normally won't get.
It's very true, very true. I believe they've fixed little things here and there where it kind of drops fire over the target area as it travels. Not as much as the flare, but you can definitely increase your range without having to get within the way of your team, you know. Firebug is pretty good. They got quite a bit of a flow, but if you're burning a giant stream of fire across the entire vision of your team, that might not be too pleasant. But if you can kind of target it to the side of their vision, it's a little less intrusive, so definitely has its place.
For sure. Like in public matches or pubs, it may not be that useful because, you know, everybody's getting blind, but I think these guys know what they're doing, and they're definitely putting this Firebug to use.
Now let's see, Flux seems to be making use of a Grovel as Berserker. An excellent tool to Grovel, honestly. One of the best if you know what you're doing with it. And I'm sure Flux does. I wonder if it's been upgraded though at this point, or if he's opting for saving money, and that's where payment into the medic was. I didn't actually notice who was paying. There we go. There is some purchasing happening at the trader, so as of yet, there has not been a total trader skip. But it was very fast because the trader was right there. So that's really, really good. 49 seconds saved. What's the point of skipping the whole trader if you only use 11 seconds?
That was an incredibly lucky trader spawn right there. That is just very good for them. They're making great speed already, round 4.
At 7 minutes and 40 seconds. If we just say that they do it consistently, that's somewhere between 15 to 18 minutes to completion, and that's very fast. It's very, very fast. Currently, I see the demo with what looked like an RPG and a boomstick.
The good stuff.
Hazardous, the prediction was whether there would be any single trader completely skipped. So if they did it from the point of the prediction at any future time where they just don't go to the trader at all. If any one person goes to trader, it doesn't count.
Well, I talked to Flux earlier, and he was saying this that it could be harmful to him, so maybe they planned ahead of time not to do that. But,
yes.
I mean,
but
let's just see how that
at the same time, if they're trying to go for maximum speed, it could be advantageous. If I ever would see a trader skip, I feel like it might be between 6 and 7, because if they maybe have enough economy to purchase the spare weapons, they can just use those and then just reload them right before the boss fight. I don't know how effective that would be, but it will be interesting to see if it happens.
Very much indeed. Yeah, and the third
As this does not
was-
seem pleased with the question. Do you feel like you maybe should have changed your answer? Maybe I should have been clear about that. I'm sorry. Look at it this way. No one really put in too many points because I don't think anyone has that many on my channel. This is. But yeah, they're going really fast. The shots are coming in clean. I haven't really seen too much pressure at any point. Health bars, I mean, as far as I've been able to tell, since I am trying to pay attention to the chat as well, holding pretty steady. They are moving, and it's probably because they're heading to the trader ahead of time. Just don't want to waste time walking, which is a good plan.
I just love how that demo just RPG'd the Zed right there directly in front of him, just not even caring to save ammo for that. Just get out of the way, Zed.
There's no point.
RPG.
Overkill is not a thing. Let's see here. What is the support using? I'm trying to identify that. I want to say that's the Rhino revolver.
Ooh,
I believe that's what it's called. And is that the starter shotgun?
no, I think it's the M1
No.
4.
Yes, you're right.
It's a great medium. It's actually one of the best support weapons. Probably best to use with a fast reload, and you can sit there and just really put out some damage. And I think he actually has a shotgun pistol as a secondary right now.
Yeah, which I believe is called the Rhino. I would tab out, but I don't want to fiddle with that right now. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. Someone else could probably let me know. Let's see, what else we got? Medic, I haven't seen him pull anything besides the Hemoglobber, this Goblin, whatever it's called. The Hemo boys and Hemo girls are hemoing it up. Okay, that's the end of it. And what do we got on the SWAT? SWAT's got what looks like Chris to me. Good old Chris Vector, and potentially we'll see another weapon. Scrake is coming in. Let's see how they deal with it. Will there just be a good old-fashioned flash and a RPG straight into the skull? Absolutely demolished. No hope.
The Firebug is looking like he's already almost maxed out. He's got a Husk Cannon, and he's pretty much set for the rest of the game.
So you spotted a Husk Cannon. Well, yeah, I mean, that will certainly do it. Personally, I've never really made use of it. I don't like that weapon. I probably just suck at using it, though. But it's good to see someone who might actually know what they're doing with it. Let's see how they use it on this. Here's a great couple cannon shots and one RPG. There was no hope whatsoever. Honestly, makes me feel kind of like they might be wasting a little bit of their economy here. You know, if the RPG is available in there, depending on how they're communicating, there's not really any point in turning around. The Husk Cannon could be used to just remove a few more spawns at the front while the RPG takes care of things. But maybe they're just trying to be a little bit safe. They're moving very fast. I mean, this position itself isn't safe, but, you know. What do you think?
I feel like they are moving very fast. It almost look like they're moving like in fast forward. They're just really zooming all the place, covering all these corners, almost kind of frantically. So I kind of wonder what the communication would be like between them. If they're really just really telling each other what's going on, or if they just moving on like independently and already enough to do.
Yeah. Speaking of, I didn't even realize they're going so fast. I'm meant to go into the chat a moment to listen to them between Trader 4 and 5, but I guess we're gonna have to do that between 5 and 6 because it's just there was no trader time last round. I think that was the one that was 11 seconds. Let's see here. X-Colonel says, I have a feeling by using that spot they're beating us by quite a big chunk. We will see. You never know, you know, it's a risky position. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for switching into their chat, so I'm gonna come right back sooner in just a moment. I'm gonna be very quiet because I do not want to interrupt them. Find out what they're saying.
Let's listen in.
We're all still here too.
Lower courtyard, let's go.
What do you got, Zerka? What do you got? You good?
Yeah, I'm cool. Just
Starting
when you
skip?
can.
Who needs
I'm
money?
all good.
I don't. Skip.
Go get your
Oh,
car,
shit.
guys.
My bad.
Alright, I'm keeping the
Let's go,
cash
let's
as
go.
well.
Nice, 46.
Let's win this, baby!
Back to the YMCA.
Oh man! Okay, well that's a great soundbite right there. Alright, well you heard him. It's back to the YMCA with them. They're looking to win. They're looking to win. There was plenty of conversation. Very, very fast, almost frantic conversation. Oh, and Flux has gone down! A time penalty of 30 seconds! I didn't even see it. What happened?
I think a husk just came around the corner and maybe suicided on him, which is very unfortunate. I'm not exactly sure because I didn't catch either, but
We might have seen it. I think I was on a player who might have spotted it happening. Chat, let me know. Do you see the sudden event? That is going to hurt. This Flux was acting as a Zerk wall with a Zweihander, which was incredibly important. This is where we're going to start seeing what happens, because this area, as I've previously mentioned, as we both have previously mentioned, is very risky. They're going to have a lot more difficulty holding things because, you know, Demo turns around, tries to take care of a scrape from behind. That might not leave them with enough DPS at the front. And here comes the Flesh Pound to test that theory. Ooh, that might have been a quarter pounder.
Demo didn't work. Yes, you gotta watch out for those sneaky husks. They love to come around the corner and just burst down you real quick. Those corners are very deadly.
Yes, I am sorry to say that clips are currently disabled. Hazardous Monkey and Van 2K. Twitch is not quite at the point where I feel comfortable with having clips back on. I'm still trying to see what's going on with that situation. What you can do is just quick grab a timestamp, like share a timestamp, and then I'm happy to go back and create a couple of highlights if need be, and I might consider turning the clips back on. But for now, I just want to make sure that there aren't any issues with copyright before we click that back on. I am sorry about that.
There's a Flesh Pound coming down on him on the right tunnel.
Well, I see it, and it's gone. Never mind.
Yep. RPGs have a great reputation of deleting Flesh Pounds.
Doing okay, but that Scrake is pushing in. It's doing some damage. Odin is down to less than half, it looks like. But they have taken care of it. You can see now, things that were not be able to come in from the front are now having a little bit more leeway to kind of get their way in. There's a quarter pounder for sure. And it's gone.
Those quarter pounds are great for making nice little gory stains in the ground with explosive. So,
and Max telling me that it looks like he pushed a triple husk, and that pretty much ended it. Is he playing with 100 or 200 HP? I'm not sure. We'll see when he comes back. I'll go ahead and flick this back on. Here's as much information as I can give you at this moment.
Yes, us will do that for you a lot. That is some of the most. The suicide on them is just devastating.
Absolutely devastating. And 3 husks at once. I mean, that damage it's gonna melt. All right, let's see here. He's on 200 HP. At least at this time, there may have been a skill change. We are not sure.
Nothing wrong with a bit of charity.
Well, they're obviously going to the trader, so the last chance of potentially skipping a trader will be next wave. Otherwise, it's gonna have to be a big old loss for Team Blue there.
Apart from the monsters.
Yeah, I don't think they will skip because they do need to buy up for boss if they have any kind of specific boss loadouts. Which they probably already have, but it just depends. That slow motion money throw, and it always is good.
Go ahead and pull off of them so we can have a more overhead. And here comes a proper Flesh Pound with a quarter pounder right behind, but the bloody damage coming out of that demo is, I mean, you just can't compete with that. It doesn't even really need to aim. They don't even need to really aim, because I mean, look at the tightness of this corridor. As long as you just hit the floor, splash damage is going to cover it.
Yeah, just throw something down, somewhere down there, and you will kill something.
Currently, we're going on 17 minutes. That is including the current singular time penalty of the death. Would you happen to remember what the total time was on the previous map?
Not exactly. I remember it was just underneath 21 minutes, so probably like 20 minutes and 45 seconds. So I think this is going to be pretty close, because they probably have about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, and then they have another boss, which is probably be another 2 minutes. So
it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. That penalty might have really messed things up for them. But we'll see. You know, it depends on what the spawns are like. There's a lot of Flesh Pounds in here. There's a lot happening. There's a lot of bodies going right past the cameraman. Luckily, as a cameraman, I am technically not touchable. Even conventions or something like that. I'm not really sure. They will leave me alone. But they pushed it through. It was okay. I don't know. What do you think? Would a wave of Scrakes like that or wave Flesh Pounds have been worse? I mean, they do have the demo, so.
Definitely Flesh Pounds, because, I mean, no matter what, the Scrakes are kind of like a little, can be pretty tricky sometimes, but nothing like puts the spooks in everybody like a wall of flesh pounds and quarter pounds coming at you.
Yeah, I feel like you can control Scrakes a little bit more. I agree entirely.
You know, yeah, Scrakes are a little more controllable, but sometimes they are a little tricky in their movement. They like to duck and bob and weave, and that's not the most fun to hit. Like try to hit him in the head with an RPG.
No, I have definitely missed some. It's impressive how easily you can miss something when you're an inch away from your target, but it happens. It's a thing. Now, I haven't been able to really look at it because this has been quite a tight environment, but I feel like the demo has consistently been putting Macairo has consistently been putting their nukes into the front door, which seems like the right choice. Have you seen anything different from that?
Yeah, he seems to be alternating between the tunnels and the door, and he's definitely doing a lot of work out there. Just looking at his money, along with the firebug, they seem to be really putting out the damage.
Summit team is quite far away. Timer's ending. Skip 38 seconds. They're going into this real fast. They're going to have to absolutely demolish this King Fleshbound. They got a decent spawn. It won't take him too long to get to them, and vice versa, as long as he doesn't take an odd path. I'm going to go ahead and watch as the King Fleshbound. Let's see where he goes. You go ahead and let me know what it's looking like on their side.
Zerk is definitely trying to stop him, or trying to tank him right now, and they're pretty out in the open, so it's looking all right now.
Yep. Flux is taking some hits, but it's nothing too bad. I see little blues, and he's gonna get circled. Oh, we're okay there. Anyway, let's go ahead and remove ourselves from this very nauseous visual.
The auto locking of the computer is definitely a little bit stomach churning.
Very. Okay, an invisible wall, an attempt to make full visual. Go ahead and try this the other way. Yeah, they're taking care of things. Flesh pounds are coming in. Quarter pounders are being taken out very quickly, and the timer is coming right on up to 2 minutes and 48 seconds. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to manage it. It is unfortunate. That 30 seconds is really doing it. Let's see if without that it would have been different. That's presuming that was the correct time, because we're not quite sure.
Maybe they were doing so well at the beginning too.
It's quite possible that, you know, I mean, you could tell that their kills were struggling a little bit when Flux wasn't present, because they were getting pushed back, so that probably lost them a few more seconds as well. And that's game. 20 minutes, 39 seconds without the penalty, but 21 minutes and 9 seconds.
That was a good game for sure, and that was a great plays by everybody, and interesting to see how what they did and just hold out into that small area actually worked out for them in some ways, and I would say it also kind of hurt them in some ways, but it was definitely interesting to see.
Yeah, I'd be very interested in going back and finding out, potentially, I mean, you the viewers, and find out just how Flux died, because maybe those husks were just firing around the corner, and that would be part of that issue in the environment. You just might not see what is about to take you down. But let's see here. What are the team wars looking like? Gonna go ahead and end the outcome. There was no trader skip, so I'm gonna go ahead and complete the prediction. Are you sure knows the correct outcome? I am sure. And there you go. The winner is, looks like a single voter. They are taking the pot. Congratulations to what looks like Butterkov. GG.
I like how it said exclamation mark. No, just very exclamatory.
It is. That was a tight one. It's still very close though. I mean, that certainly goes to show the skill between the two teams was very, very close. Even with the time additive of the death, without it, it was still, well, less than a minute, maybe even less than 30 seconds on either side. I think we had a really good matchup there.
It was very competitive. For quite a hot minute, it could have gone either way. Even after the time skip, we were not exactly sure. It was a very down to the wire.
I am typing something out here, and I apologize to the players if I spell their names poorly because I can't actually. Did not. Why did? I'm gonna go ahead and make a poll. Oh, do I not have more responses? Oh, there's not enough responses in here. Okay. There's 5 out of 6 players. Never mind, let's not do that poll. What do you think was the MVP? Who do you think was the
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say I think the Firebug was that MVP, to be honest. In that tight area, the fire controlling all the trash Zeds really just carried and just made everybody else's job a lot easier.
I feel like, based off of the spawn pool, the demo was doing a lot of work there. I would bounce between, you know, the Zerk wall and the demo, but I feel like the demo just had a little more advantage there. They were able to just demolish along with the Firebug, and I get your idea with the Firebug, but I feel like the demo was able to take out those high value targets, and that makes them just a little more MVP worthy, in my opinion.
Definitely, that's a good argument. The demo is always a viable component in every team, just to take out those flesh pounds, and the pure damage output is always up there.
Yeah, it was an impressive match. Regardless, I think everyone did a very good job there. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can do a post-game chat, trying to get their attention here, which is why I sound slightly distracted. But yeah, that was very good. I wasn't expecting a team to put themselves in such a potentially handicapping place, and they certainly did a good job of covering each other when the undesirable death occurred. Obviously not something you want, but when it happens, it does happen.
They just looked. The possession just left them a little more frantic than the other team. I feel like the other team that had a little more open area by the trucks, which is is the classic area which normally goes to. But I kind of give them props for not just going the same route as everyone else.
Yep. Van2K asks, isn't Ion DLC weapon? It is a DLC weapon. I believe we have a mod that ensures that everyone has equal access to all the DLC weapons, except for the ones that were banned, obviously. It was quite an exciting match for most of our players, and I have with us here now the one and only ever flexible Flux. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
What are your thoughts on the match? Got anything to say to the viewers?
If you're gonna hit something, kill it. Don't die.
Don't die. That is. There you go. Thank you very much, Flux. That's gonna be all for the stream. That's definitely a good point to make. Commit to your attacks, and if you don't think you can finish them off, don't commit. What do you feel happened? We weren't really sure what occurred. We were kind of looking. You guys were very condensed. It was a little hard to see exactly what was happening. I think I caught it on stream. It sounds like I did. Someone said it was a triple husk. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did they explode? It's burned.
Yeah. So basically, I did a swing with the iron. It actually triggered one of them to go into suicide. As I went to swing, I actually slightly moved my mouse slightly to the side, and I missed the tank and hit the arm instead. And then that's when it triggered and blew me up from 170 down to 0.
Ooh.
So you were already on the 200 health at that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you might have switched at that point due to the unfortunate situation. That is terrible. It was a very close match. You, I believe, were pretty much within a minute, regardless of whether or not the death existed. It was very well matched up, I guess is what I want to say. There was both teams, both your team and the other team, seemed to have pretty much been put together in a way that made this for a very exciting, down to the wire kind of situation. Is there anything you might want to say with your team members if they're interested in us joining over there, or is there anything you might want to say regarding your hopes for future matches and any potential changes to your what's the word?
Strategy.
Strategy, thank you. Out of mind,
So,
partner.
in general, the team is just going to say it's Flux's fault. They've already told me that. They did that before the game even started, so I know exactly what they're going to say. And the others will probably make anime noises and stuff like that. So I already know what they're saying. The other part I would probably say is, for any future teams, try out different stuff, because this one was actually something I made up on the spot literally half an hour ago. So anything's possible as long as you can try it.
I did see everyone's chat is showing up on stream. Just let them know that. I did notice that you were, in fact, practicing up till the very last moment. We were hoping to actually talk with you a little bit beforehand, but obviously, you know, try-harding over here. And
I wouldn't say try-harding.
were you practicing that exact spot at that time, or?
Yes, that was literally the first time we tried it. And we went into it halfway through that match, so about wave 3 or 4, and we realized, well, we can tell the difference between how forward and back we were, that how fast it was compared to everything else. So we've had about 6 or 7 different tactics we tried, and this one by far would have done it.
Let's scroll up. Well, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I guess that'll be it, unless we should hop in with your team. You let us know about that. Otherwise, I think we need to move onwards to pretty much just describing what's coming up next, which you might know better than all of us. Is there anything coming up next in terms of the tournament and no longer focused specifically on you and your match?
So tournament-wise, we have got another 2 more matches tonight. If I remember correctly. Let me just get the double check with the times, though.
Sure thing, sure thing.
1 second.
We have everyone watching completely enraptured. I'm going to go ahead and kick in some music so that we're not just sitting here in utter silence staring at a frozen wasteland while you're getting reamed by your own team.
But it's so pretty.
It is pretty, but we can make it prettier with music.
Oh. Some nice jams will always help it out.
Exactly. See, now Fork You Guys sounds jovial and peppy, as opposed to dejected and morose.
To be honest, when you joined into the chat, that was actually the nicest point of our chat. We were actually kind of roasting each other and stuff like that before. So yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't come in at 4 and 5. I don't think you gave me an opportunity. You were going so fast through all of those.
That's fine.
All of those.
Yeah, you guys were really blazing. Like, oh, this is your guys. It was so close to the wire. It was I had no idea what was gonna happen at even the course of the end. So it was very competitive.
So I kind of did some calculations afterwards before coming here. We would have beaten them by at least 30 to 40 seconds if I didn't have that death, but maybe even further depending on how we controlled the spawn with me alive. So very close. I'm very surprised it went that much difference.
Yeah, it was tight. I mean, we were talking about that, how after you died, there was a little bit more push, a little bit more difficulty in eliminating the spawn that was occurring at the front, and I'm sure that maybe lost you about 10-ish seconds along with the extra 30. So that sounds about right. I mean, it was intense. One moment I'm trying to do who knows what, next moment I just see big old pop-up yellow. Must not feel good, but you did good. I mean, are you happy overall? I know you did.
We're happy.
Yeah.
We're very happy. To be honest, that was one of the most fun games we had. Because when you get a game where you have these moments where you just kind of pause, you're a bit relaxed, and then it umps up and then it goes down again. It gets a bit annoying. But when you got constant action, you got over here, over here, over here. I got this. It really ramps up the team. Like, we were very, I don't know what the word is, but the whole team just kind of was like, okay, right, we got this. Everyone's hyping each other up.
Adrenaline fueled.
Really nice to see. And we're not actually a team that we know each other. 4 of them, 3 of them are actually not part of my community on this bit. So it's really nice to see how random people can come together and really enjoy themselves.
It's fantastic. The cohesion of the internet, ladies and gentlemen, and others. You were going to say about what might be coming up, Flux.
Yeah, so the 2 games that we got later tonight, I'm going to call it out in CST time because it'll be a bit easier. I have got the conversions on the spreadsheet updated already. So one's at 12:30 CST, that will be Badass Basilisk. and they'll be against Janitor Jedi Association, which will be happening at 2 a.m. CST. So that'll be against the Patriarch, which should be nice to see something different, and it'll also be on Dystopia 2029. So one of the newer maps that have been put into Tripwire's roster.
Okay, there you go. And since it is 2 different maps, that technically means that they're not teams facing each other. Is that correct?
They are actually facing each other. So they both got Dystopia and the Patriarch.
Ah, okay. I must have misheard something there. My apologies. We do have a question that came in from chat. Would you be willing to answer it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, Avan2K asks for Flux's team. Are bold spots like this one still in mind for other map attempts in the future?
100%. I am going to give you a couple of surprises, and it will be on stream. So if you want to see them properly, see them in there. You want to find out how we do them, well, it'll be after the game's been done.
This will be exciting. Well, is there anything else you can think of? If not, I have a surprise of my own to bring up at this time.
MVP, who did you end up, or who did everyone decide for?
I personally opted for Demo, and I believe ALovelyTsundere went for Firebug, correct?
That is correct.
And
Many votes in the chat?
what was our... I didn't actually do that because the poll seems to... That's the first time I ran one, and I think I'm limited to 5 answers, and there's 6 players, and I was like, well, that's not fair. So I will look into that later. But yeah, everything was just happening so fast at the end there, and I didn't really have a good time for that. But now is a chance for chat to mention who they might think was MVP, and they might have already. Let me go ahead and scroll through it, see if I missed anything. I don't think so. There was just a lot of people who were very, very surprised by the explosion. Ex-Colonel was thinking that they were going to be beaten out, and then the moment your death happened, maybe they have a chance. Maybe. I wasn't even certain about that. That's how tight that was. It was really, really, really close. But yeah, no, nothing on there. In terms of our theory, basically, ALovelyTsundere, sorry, mentioned Firebug just helping a lot with controlling the environment. And my opinion on Demo was that they were both sort of doing the same thing, but Demo was able to take out those high-value targets quickly, which edged it out for me ever so slightly.
Yes, I would argue that the Demo is definitely probably more damage out there. It's just that they put damage in different things. Demo is definitely high priority targets like flesh pounds, quarter pounds, half pounds, stuff like that. And while the Firebug just sat there and generally took care of the trash, so that the team can focus on the more important stuff. And in a tight area like that, the Firebug really just put the work out there, in my opinion.
And it looks like
people sucks, you abuse them. That's all I can say.
Looks like chat is going medic, SWAT, SWAT, SWAT. Actually, that's the same person. That doesn't count. Medic, SWAT, SWAT, medic, and then they know. I guess they know is the MVP. See, 2 votes for 2 votes for SWAT, 2 votes for they know. Here's another question: thoughts on varying team perk compositions according to a given map? That's a bit of a vague question, but any answers on that?
To be honest, the answer is yes, you should always vary for what your team's capable of, but also what you can benefit from the actual map. That'll be tight spaces, open spaces, corners, how far traders are, positions where you're holding. Like, my composition was based on that one, well, in very close combat. But we have something different for open map, which is with a teaser for the next one. So, yeah. It all depends. There's a lot of variables you need to worry about, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, I think that might cover it. I'll give everyone a few more moments. I was going to ask you, Flux, is there any chance you could come up on the spot with some sort of trivia related to the previous Killing Floor event, or maybe one of the one that's currently happening? Don't give me the answer, just can you think of some?
What do you mean?
Maybe
Something that other people that are watching right now might know, like first stream, what kind of events you've done in the past, something community related. If not, I'll offer a trivia piece from Killing Floor itself. Perfectly fine.
So it's actually a Killing Floor 1 match my team, my actual proper team, my community in that we actually achieved. We pulled off a huge record. It was in the Killing Floor 1 tournament. We was always told, as as part of the tournament team, medics were a guaranteed 100%. You always must have a medic, and I always told everyone you don't need a medic. It depends on your team. You syringe each other, you can do just as much. And everyone's like, nah, you're lying. So obviously, me liking a challenge, I proved everyone wrong. We had no medic one match. We did the record. We also skipped 4 entire waves of traders without any issues. So that's one thing really nice, honestly.
Do you think we'll see something like that now? Anything?
We've been trying. We're looking into it, but I don't want to give anything away.
The poll. Sorry, go ahead. ALovelyTsundere.
No, I was just saying he's got a whole bunch of tricks up his sleeves and he doesn't want to reveal his whole hand yet.
Nah.
We actually had a channel points prediction for whether or not we would see a complete trader skip this match. Obviously, there was not. But 2 people thought there would be, and 1 person didn't. So people have faith in it. They're thinking.
Fun fact: we originally was going to. We actually was going to skip entirely wave 1, and we were thinking about wave 2. So it's possible, but time-wise, sometimes it's just best not to.
So you're saying that should be your team's prediction from now on? Just whether or not you skip?
Maybe.
Or should it be whether or not Flux dies due to 3 husks?
I mean, it has to be wave 6, yes.
Okay, well, let's see. Are there any other questions over here? I'm not seeing it. All right, well, I guess, let's see. I want to make this a fair question, so I'm just going to type it out. I actually have been purchasing, or hoarding, if you want to say it, some Killing Floor 2 keys and DLC bonus keys, and I was thinking about giving those out during the streams, especially the first one. So that's what's going to happen now. Unless there's something else that you'd like to say, Flux, you can either stick around during this little giveaway, and that'll be the end of the stream until next time. Or you can do whatever you want, I guess.
Yeah, I'll stick around and see what you got.
Okay, so let's see here. I have several Deluxe Edition upgrades and Killing Floor 2 keys. Since this is my first stream, and this is pretty much the first day of it, I'm going to give away one of the Killing Floor 2 game keys themselves. Audio's a bit low on Flux. Okay, I can fix that.
I don't think they want to hear me anyway.
I mean, you don't look that. I can bump you up a little bit.
It just says it's very low, and now he doesn't really have that low of a voice. He has it's kind of a basic voice. But he has a very balanced voice, I would say.
He just wants to hear me louder. That's all.
There you go.
All
right, you should be pretty much matched up with us now. So let's see. I'm gonna pull something completely out of my derriere because I didn't actually plan ahead for this question. Let's see. I'm gonna type out what was the first map that released with Killing Floor. Did we actually know the answer to this? Has anyone answered this question before?
Maybe you should say it was the first map that was added after the original maps.
That's what I don't remember though. See, I should have thought I had a little bit more here.
I know the original map. I just don't know if there was more. I think there was more than one though. In the alpha.
That's what I'm concerned about. Yeah. Okay. New question. I'm just gonna say easier. What weapon, any, is banned from the tournament? There we go.
Oh.
I can already tell there's so many Googles in the or searches in the Discord right now.
Answer for the game key first to type.
I like your sing-songy typing. It's great.
Sorry to my Cairo. They say Biox Lab. That's probably right, but I didn't want to ask a question I don't know. Alright, so what weapon any is banned from the tournament? Answer for the game key first to type. And luckily, due to the delay, no one will have put that in. Oh! Frostfang is banned. Very quick comes in Vang 2K and Health Throw immediately after by Odin. So Vang 2K, I'm going to go ahead and give you a Killing Floor 2 key, and Odin, as a follow-up, if you want, I can give you a DLC key for, what was it? Let me read this out. Deluxe Edition upgrade. Otherwise, we'll save that for some other time. Congratulations to Van2K. Next time, I'll have a better trivia question. That's it. I actually know the answer to. Is there anything else you guys would like to say?
I just want to say that this is a great match. A good game for everybody. It's, excited to see more, and hope to see everybody on the next stream.
And anything for you, Flux?
Don't watch me die.
I mean, no promises. I can't be seen to be giving, you know.
Sure, we'll wipe that out later. We'll just put a massive copyright thing over there, and it will never happen.
Okay, no, that works. Perfect. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave this call and wrap up the stream as I tend to do, give the keys out and whatnot. So that does it for now. I'll talk to y'all later, and we'll see about who will be streaming the next stream when time comes. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for watching. Stick around for a couple more statements. And to Odin, how do I pronounce this? FluXiServer. Thank you for the follow.
That's close enough.
Close enough. See y'all next time in this chat, and we'll talk stream in a moment. Bye. Okay, so we're out of that. Gonna go ahead and close up the game. Don't need all this extra pizzazz open on my screen. It makes it hard to see. Stick around for a game key being whispered into you. Let me go ahead and ask Odin. Interested in the deluxe DLC key or nah? And remove that 4 because that shouldn't be there. Let's see. Like I said, next stream that I definitely should be doing, as long as nothing goes horribly right, should be tomorrow, Sunday 29th of August at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. PTD, and I believe that is, let's see here. Oh no, I hear myself in the background. No, why does... Such an annoying feature. And as far as the other time is concerned, that'd be 1300 PTD and 2200 CEST. And we see a yes, so okay, I'll go ahead and give those keys out. This has been the Cruiser, also known as Cruise Control. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to those who followed. Look forward to seeing you next time. If you heard any issues with the stream and whatnot, let me know. I do know that people are asking about clips. I have those currently closed up, but I will consider maybe reopening them. This stream should eventually appear on a backup YouTube channel that Flux will be providing so that everyone can watch this for posterity and listen to me just ramble. I will probably cut this part out, though, and just keep it to the main game. I think that pretty much covers it. So I'm going to end the stream, and then I'll go ahead and give out those keys so that I don't accidentally present that to someone else who shouldn't be getting it. So this has been the Cruiser, also known as Cruise Controlled. Always rambling at the end, raising up the music, saying, see you next time.